And hello. Everything is broken and I cannot fix it, so we are just going to talk. I don't know about what. I'm sure I'll figure it out, but until then, I am just going to ramble at the screen. Maybe if I'm lucky, people will come in and I will get to actually communicate with people, because that'd be fun. I'm counting down the days. As you see, my model has a new little garnishment on her chest. It's actually my tattoo design that I am hopefully getting in about a week. So I am very excited about that. I do not do well with just chatting if there are no prompts. So this is going to be something. But yeah, hopefully everyone's day is going great. My PlayStation decided at the last second before I went live to spit out my game, and it doesn't want to keep the game in the system, so that's great. My Switch is acting up, and because my computer is so old, it does not let me stream games, so I'm gonna have to get a new game as well. New gaming laptop eventually. Oh, I'm so bad at this. I can't just ramble about my day because my day was boring. I had appointments all day, and that doesn't lead for good content because that's not content, that's just daily life, or rather daily life when you don't have anything else to do, I guess. Maybe if I'm lucky, some of my regulars will come into a chat and they will chat with me, because that would be wonderful. Because lurkers don't chat. Lurkers lurk. We've been over this. I've been over this multiple times in my streams. I don't know why I constantly bring it up. So safe to say this is probably going to be a short stream tonight and not my usual 4 hours, unless I figure out something actually entertaining to do or talk about. That was a water bottle. I took the time for no reason today to get all dressed up and put on makeup, and so my let's call him my roommate, because pretty much it's to the point where he's pretty much my roommate, just my roommate now. He was like, "Oh, are you going out?" And I'm like, "No." And he's like, "Well, why are you all dressed up?" And I'm like, I can't just put on a dress and put on makeup and not have a reason. I mean, it's not like you guys can see me. Well, you see this me, but you guys can't see IRL me. So it's like, I'm not getting dressed up for you guys. If I get dressed up for you guys, I'm gonna go and change my character so that way I'm all dressed up. Let's see. I have nothing entertaining to talk about. I'm hopefully looking forward to going to a convention this summer down in Connecticut, but I'm not sure yet if I'm going to be going or not, because money is tight, and at the moment I clearly don't make any money doing live streaming, and that's okay, because I mostly just do this for fun. hopefully when I go, I'm going to actually figure out what I have to do for cosplay, because I have a bunch of cosplays I haven't worn yet. Because I do cosplaying on the side, and I have an actual kind of life IRL and outside of VTubing. And I need to do some photo shoots, not just of me, but actually do photo shoots myself. Because I have these two amazing friends that I always do photo shoots with whenever I go to the convention in Connecticut. And they are Mink the Satyr and League of Larcy. If you don't follow them online, they both do streaming, and they have amazing cosplay content that you guys should totally check out and follow. I will always hype them up and always like try to send people their way. You guys are gonna hear a lot because that's just me processing and like trying to figure out what to get. And you guys are also gonna hear a lot of rustling because I tried to move the microphone today and I could not move the microphone. So it is at least above where it normally is, but I forgot how sensitive my microphone is, so you're gonna hear like every little shuffle, and I apologize. I need to find a new location for my microphone because this is an absolutely miserable kind of setup. Let's see. I'm supposed to be starting school next month, but at the rate it's going, I don't think I'm going to be going to school because school is so freaking expensive. I mean, obviously, like, college is going to be expensive, and I know this, but I don't have the extra funds. And now they're telling me at the moment where even though I have financial assistance that I'm supposed to be getting, they're telling me I have to pay $500 out of pocket for a class, and I'm like, I don't have steady income. I sell things online from like $8 to like $20, and I'm lucky if I sell something that's $10 because people just like to look at my assets. They think they're pretty. Assets. Not talking about those assets down there. But yeah, people like to look at my VTubing assets. They don't really like to buy them because they'd rather the free assets, which I totally understand, because if you're not able to actually create your own assets, a lot of times you're like, ooh, free, and you're gonna go for it. I actually had put in a couple of new things in my shop this week, and I was super excited about that. I had created for my avatar a while ago, I had made succubus wings, but I could not get the mechanics to work on it because I needed to animate it, and I can't animate to save my life when it comes to Blender. I do not understand Blender. I try and I try. I watch the tutorials. I run through it, and then I will get to the point of using Blender, and I just don't understand how it's supposed to work because I've never done actual 3D modeling and 3D animation. I am a 2D artist normally. Well, the only reason I have Pixie in 3D, so me in 3D, is because I use the VRoid Studios, which means I get the anime base for free, and then I create everything else myself from scratch. But in retrospective, that's all 2D because I'm using textures, and it's not 3D, it just becomes 3D. So yeah. Alright, I was actually going to post for you guys their channels so you guys can check them out too. My friends, circling back to what I was saying like 5 minutes ago. If you guys start hearing other noise, I don't have my computer muted, so their videos might start autoplaying while I get to their channels, so please forgive me for that. And they'll also probably get a lag because This computer hates me. So let me just pull up their Twitch, both of them, because they both do Twitch. I think I've already said that. They actually both do VTubing as well. They use 2D models that my friend Mink actually created, because she's a fantastic artist as well. Like, this girl is so multi-talented that I'm kind of super jealous, because I wish I was as talented as her. Like, she can sew, she does patterning for sewing, she's made like these most intricate cosplays, and I'm like, how do you do this? Okay, so this is for Larcy, if you guys want to go check her out. And if you guys want to check out Mink, this is her, she's not whore, her Twitch as well, if you guys want to check them out. Yeah. Apparently I'm starting to reach my my rambling limit of 11 minutes, because there's like nothing going on and everything's making weird noises. I am not an ASMR VTuber, so I can't just sit there and make noises and hope that people enjoy that kind of content, because I don't really understand ASMR. Like, I understand it's supposed to make you relax, and I get that, but I'm a very loud person, so I can't comprehend just whispering into a microphone and having that be content. Hang on, I am crooked. There we go. That's better. But yeah. Let's see, what else can I bring up? Hang on one second. Sorry about that. My allergies are completely just out of control today. Like, it's such a nice day out, and I had my balcony window open for the longest time, and because of it, just all of the pollen in the air is ridiculous. Like, that's what I get for living in New England and having trees outside my apartment, because trees equal pollen, and pollen equals my body thinking I am sick and dying, because that is how allergies work. Fun fact. Yeah. I'm really bad at this. Like I said, unless I have someone to actually like prompt my conversation and to prompt me like to keep going, I have nothing to say. So I think I'm going to get some prompts for myself. Oh, I know. I'm actually hopefully not this coming month, but I think end of July, I have a concert that my brother and is taking me to, and it's Falling in Reverse, Papa Roach, Bad Wolves, and Hollywood Undead. And I'm super excited about that, because I enjoy, well, I don't enjoy Hollywood Undead. I can appreciate and enjoy, like, I can listen to some of their songs, but I wouldn't say that I like them overly. Like, they're not terrible. Um, do, 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 do. I really enjoy Falling in Reverse though, and I know there's a lot of like drama about them and Ronnie, but it's whatever. That's how it is when people are, famous and people are gonna question their stuff. Okay, 20 questions. Let's get to know Pixie. Where are they? Okay. When is my birthday? So my birthday already passed last month. My birthday was on April 12th, and not so fun fact, I guess, is I turned 30 this year. And for my birthday, I'm actually, the tattoo is what I'm getting for my birthday, so it's a belated birthday present. Let's see. What is my favorite animal? Well, despite the fact that I am normally a cat girl on the internet, I like cats. I like dogs. But I would probably say my favorite animal is probably wolves, because that's actually um, wolves are like strong and independent creatures, and they watch out for their pack and stuff, and they're so cool. What do you do for a living? Uh, this, I guess. If you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you go? Oh, that's one of my favorite questions. So I would go to Japan because I am so fascinated by Japanese culture. Like, I wouldn't call myself a weeaboo because I don't think I'm Japanese. I don't try to speak Japanese when I don't know it. But I've always wanted to go there because it's such a beautiful country. And it's just all that food. Like, they have the most amazing looking food. And it makes me want to go there and eat the food and just take in the culture and just appreciate it more. So that's on like my bucket list of places to go. That in China. Like, I really like Asian countries. Like all of Asia, and it's not just like what people think of Asia. um what is your favorite school subject? Nothing. I don't enjoy school. I am so terrible at school, and that's one reason why I am dreading going back to school for college, is because I get really bad like testing anxiety and homework anxiety. So when it comes to the idea of going back to school and having to like have a favorite subject, I don't have one, and I probably will never have one because school is school. And honestly, I don't think anyone really enjoys school. Do you have a small or big family? I have a big extended family. Like, I have three different generations of cousins that I actually am in close contact, decently close contact with. But in my immediate family, it's actually a pretty small family. Like, I come from a family of four, so I am the oldest child, and then after that is my younger brother. So it's just us two, and my parents, and my son. What genres of music do you like? Okay, so this is a big question because I am I'm indifferent. So you could put on anything and I will at least give it a try and listen. I am not big on country. I was raised on country, but I do not like country. Like, back when I was working at a retail store, one of my assistant managers would always play country, and I just wanted to like tear my ears off because I don't get country. It's all about the trucks, the beer, and the girls. Like, if you think about it, that is all that country is about. Also in love and heartbreak, but I guess that would factor into girls. I love gothic alternative music. Like, there's two movies that I really, really enjoy that have such a fantastic soundtrack. And if you guys would like want to check it out, like feel free to, and then like let me know what you think about it. Because actually, like the other week, I was just watching those movies, and it's Devil's Carnival 1 and 2 and Repo, the Genetic Opera, and they're actually created by the same person. And fun fact, it was directed by the guy that did Saw. So that makes it even more fun. But yeah, those are entertaining. I like symphonic metal. Um, and I really, really enjoy like dubstep and like EDM. I don't know why, because I don't like repetition in songs. So enjoying that kind of music is kind of ironic because it's just all repetition. How do you spend your free time? I'm gonna, back to the whole what do you do for a living question, and I do this. This is my free time. This is how I spend my free time. Lately, I've been trying to at least spend my free time with making actual, like, more friends because I'm trying to become a more social person, and that's not easy for me to do. So, like, when I do stuff like this, it's like, okay, Pixie, time to be social. You can do this. Believe in the me that believes in myself, because I can't believe in the Kamina that believes in me, because Kamina is a character. Anyway, are you a morning or a night person? I am not a morning person. I can wake up early. I need like a giant cup of like black tea if I wake up early in order to function. But I'm definitely more of a night person. Like, I've been staying up later and later since I haven't been working. What is your favorite food? Sushi. Hands down, sushi. I love sushi. Like, if I could just eat sushi for like my meals the rest of my life, I would be like the happiest little goth girl in all the world. That's like all I could ask for. And it's not even just like the fish sushi too. Like, you give me a good like avocado cucumber roll. Oh, and you have my heart. That and dragon rolls, because I am a sucker for eel. What is your favorite movie or TV show? Oh, that's a tough one. Wait, no, it's not. I can factor back to my music one with. So, oh. See, I have multiple favorite movies. Um, Obviously, I love Repo the Genetic Opera. I love Devil's Carnival. I love Sweeney Todd. Um, I really enjoyed the Saw movies, but I wouldn't say they're my favorite. Um, but one I can watch over and over again is definitely the Evil Dead series. Like, the Evil Dead movies. Like, those are one of my favorite movies in the whole world. What is my favorite childhood memory? See, that's a tough one because as I get older, I'm remembering more of just my adult memories and less of my childhood memories. I can tell you one of my dumbest childhood memories, and that was back when I was in the third grade. I used to play soccer. And so I'm out on the field, I'm playing soccer with my team, and I don't realize that my shoelaces are coming undone. So they pass the ball to me. I go to kick the ball. I step on my own shoelace while kicking the ball. I fall backwards. Everything felt like it was slowed down for a brief moment, and I landed straight back on my elbow. I screamed bloody murder, and my coach's assistant comes over, tells me I'm fine and to get up. And I'm like, I am in pain. I don't know what's going on. So, after like them trying to tell me I'm fine, I end up having to go to the doctors and find out that I broke my elbow. And I had to be in a cast for a while because it was a really bad break. There was also that time that I was teaching Taekwondo, and I was doing, there's this exercise where you tap the inside of your foot and the outside of your foot. And so I was doing those, and normally you're supposed to hit it with, the palm of your hands. Me not paying attention and having, like, the reflexes of an old man, I jam my middle finger into my foot and proceed to apparently break my middle finger. So, I had to go to school next day with my middle finger wrapped while it was sticking up. So I kept flipping off people and had one of my teachers tell me that I was being very rude when I raised my hand because I was flipping them off. And I'm like, I'm not doing it on purpose. I can't just raise my other hand. I'm raising my dominant hand. I'm not meaning to flip you off. I am sorry. Who is your celebrity crush? See, I don't have one of those, and I don't understand celebrity crushes because I understand you think they're pretty and you find them attractive, but there's no likelihood that you're gonna meet them in person, you're gonna hit it off with them, and that's one thing I do not understand is why people have celebrity crushes. See, I have actual crushes, but I'm not gonna out about that online because that's just silly and yeah. Do you speak more than one language? No. I did take 2 years of Spanish, barely passed that. I took a year of French, barely passed that. I tried learning Mandarin for a while, but that didn't work out because I just got frustrated and I didn't have time. What is your biggest pet peeve? People who walk so damn slow. I'm sorry, I understand that not everybody walks at the same pace. I get that. But if you are going to walk slow, do not walk in the middle where people cannot get around you. That's all I ask. Especially where a lot of times I'm not very physically mobile. I have chronic pain in my knees, so a lot of times it makes it very hard to get around places without a wheelchair. So if people are going slower than me in my wheelchair, especially if they are going up or down one of the ramps that I need to go on to be able to get places, I get very annoyed. And I get sarcastically angry because it's like, you can go down the stairs, you can walk, you have 2 legs. I just saw you power walking through the mall. You are fine. Get out of my damn way, or I'm going to run you over with my chair. What is your favorite holiday? Hands down, it's Halloween. I freaking love Halloween. As a cosplayer, I love having any excuse to be able to dress up in costume. So with there being a whole holiday with it, it is perfect, and it is just my favorite holiday, and I love spooky shit. Look at me. I am spook. Where did I grow up? I'm not going to out myself like that. All you guys need to know is I grew up in New England. Or, as people in New England like to call it, Boston. But I lived nowhere near Boston. What is a skill that you would like to learn? Definitely would love to learn actual 3D modeling and someday be able to actually build my own VTuber from scratch. Like, that is a goal of mine, but I know where I get pissed off at Blender that it'll be a very long time before I am able to actually build my own 3D VTubing model. What do you value most in a friend? Um, well, technically, honesty is the best policy. I've had way too many friends that ended up not really being friends and made it seem like I was kind of the tag along in the group, which really sucks because you think you're friends with someone and then the next thing you know is they kind of just push you out of their life. And it's like, at least be honest with me and tell me that you don't like me and that you don't want to be my friend. Because I think that's the rudest thing you can do is make someone think that you're their friend. And then they just, like with like a crush or something, like just lead you on. Ayo? I forgot my sound was on. I'm sorry. But yeah. So, honesty is important in any kind of friendship, that and communication. Um, what's your biggest irrational fear? Um, I want to say spiders, but spiders for some people is an actual like rational fear. Like, I don't think they're going to hurt me. They just creep me the hell out. Same thing with bugs because like they're just bugs are weird, man. Spiders are weird. Like I don't they're so tiny and so creepy and you think I'd like something because they're creepy and you think creepy would be cute, but I'm like, "No. Get out of my house. You don't live indoors. That's why you go outside." But yeah, that's a I guess an irrational fear. That in thunderstorms. But I have a rationalization to being afraid of thunderstorms, and that's the fact that I've almost got struck by lightning about 3 times in my life. And I know almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, but when you're walking past a giant flagpole to get to somewhere, and then lightning strikes it, and literally, like, it's, ugh. All of your hair will stand on end, and it is petrifying. And lightning actually hitting things makes a really scary noise. So my irrational fears are mostly rational. Let's see what else I can find for questions, because I already went through. Let's see, I did that one already. Ooh, 200 questions to get to know someone. We are not going to do all 200, but why not? Let's see what these are. Do do do. Are you usually early or late? Um Well, I mean, if we look at my live streams and how I normally am supposed to be on time, it it, it varies. I normally try to be early to things. Like back when I was working my retail job, I was technically like 4 hours early to my shift, but that's also because my transportation had to work 4 hours before my shift. So he would drop me off at work and I would just sit in the back room. So I guess that kind of goes against it. But I always try to plan to be early, but I either always end up being exactly on time or I'm late. A wizard is never late nor early. So is a wizard always on time? Da, da, da. What's your favorite alcoholic drink? I am a sucker for rum. um, like anytime I go out, I will always get something that has rum in it. I normally get a zombie, which is so good, but if you have a low alcohol tolerance, yes, but it's been a while since I've actually seen it. It's been a few years. More than a few years. It's been like a decade. I need to rewatch that. I lost my train of thought. Keep bumping my microphone button and keep muting myself. um Oh no, my stream is frozen. Or at least my end is frozen. Okay, there it goes. Um Why would I do that? I'm confused. Let's see. What website do you visit most often? Um, I mean, I'm constantly on YouTube. I didn't mean to bump into my microphone. My microphone is literally like, I want to say like 5 inches from me because I have no other place to put it. So I keep bumping into it. And that means that is all of that noise. So much noise. Let's see. Do, 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 do. Oh, nope, my internet's frozen now. Okay. There goes that. There goes all of my prompts. I have lost my prompts because my internet is frozen. I'd use my phone, but my phone is dead now. What's one thing you're good at? I am very good at recognizing actors in movies and TV shows. That's kind of a sad thing to be good at because that means I watch way too much TV. Hey, my chat box is missing. Where is my chat box? Boop. There it is. I'm missing something. And then it dawned on me that I have my chat going on the right side of my screen, but I was missing my actual chat box. How different was your life a year ago? Well, a year ago, I wasn't a mom. And now I am. So that's different. I also wasn't VTubing a year ago. Um. duh, 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 duh. Where is the most relaxing place you've been to? So, I am a sucker for going into the woods. It's so quiet. There's not normally a lot of people there. It's very relaxing. Like, most people will go to, like, the beach or, like, a lake. Me, I'm gonna, be that person to just go hang out in the woods. What's something you do the old-fashioned way? I speak. I tend to say things that are very out of date. Like, I call things nifty, and I have used the phrase peachy keen more times than I can count on my hand. Um, I think things are swell. But yeah, my terminology is considered old fashioned. Um, let's see. What's one job you think you're really good at? I'm unfortunately really good at working retail. I'm not a people person, so it's not that aspect of retail that I am good at. I am mostly good at the organizing and ordering portion of retail. Like, if you tell me to make a whole display and fill it up with products, like, I can do that, like, no questions asked, and it'll be so perfect because I'm really OCD and things have to be a certain way. What's the best thing to happen to you last week? I know this is gonna sound silly for it being like the best thing that happened to me last week, but I made a new friend. Like, and I like making friends. So, as silly as that sounds to be like the best thing that happened like in the past week, like that was one of the best things that happened to me in the past week. Cuz I also spent like hours just chatting with them, and I'm not a person to sit there and be able to like video chat with someone for 9 hours and not run out of things to talk about. So when I make friends that I'm able to actually chat with for that long, it's exciting because it's like, oh hey, you're willing to put up with my rambling and my babbling. What's your favorite piece of clothing that you own or owned? Definitely my corsets. I used to have a gorgeous amount of a huge amount of beautiful corsets, but unfortunately a lot of them either broke or disappeared. I have a feeling I lost them when I moved, and it really sucks because a lot of them were like my fashion ones and not like my cosplay corsets, which are complete two different ones. Like I had a bunch of like steel bone corsets that would actually do the really nice job of doing the waist training, but the rest of them are like the cheap rinky dink like Amazon fashion corset that like anyone could buy for like $15. What is the best book or series you've ever read? Okay, so if we are talking series, I'm talking comic book series. I absolutely love the comic book series Sunstone, not for children. It is a beautifully written, beautifully illustrated comic book by the creator. I think it's. I can't pronounce it, and I feel bad for not being able to pronounce it. It's because he's not German. Slavic? No. It's one of those languages. So it's like Stefan, but it's not because there's like a J in there, and it's like his last name Sejic. And it's an what's the word? It's it's pretty much like an anthology series that has three different main couples, and their stories revolve around pretty much their romance, and it's about pretty much BDSM, but not in that over sexualized way. Like, it does have some of those very saucy scenes, but a lot of it's more about the romance and the character development and like the stories of the characters and the stories behind their romances and stuff. And it's a really good read. He currently has like 7 volumes out, and he's currently working on his 8th volume. It's actually free online to read, as well as obviously be bought, because it started off as a webcomic at first, but then he got it printed, and so more people were able to really get into it and stuff, and I highly recommend that. My favorite book, like not comic wise, I would have to say is. Huh. Honestly, I'm not sure because it's been a few years since I've read an actual book, which is silly because I mostly read comics now because I don't have the attention span to just sit and read a book. Um, what could you give a 40-minute presentation on with absolutely no preparation? I point you to my, how long I've been doing this stream right now, because I guess this is my presentation on my life today. This is the getting to know Pixie portion of our live stream for the week. And so yeah, this was not prepared. Like I said, I was going to play Skyrim today. Which in retrospective, I guess worked out because now you guys get to know a bit more about me. What amazing thing did you do that no one was around to see? Huh. I have those moments all the time. I once knocked something of off of my high shelf in my apartment, and apparently my reflexes kicked in from martial arts because they were really like fast reflexes, and it was a glass, and I caught it like the moment before it hit the ground, and I'm just kind of staring at it like, how, what, okay, because normally I'm super clumsy and things break. Like, I've broken so many dishes and so many cups because I drop them and I don't mean to drop them, but it just happens. It happens a lot. Next question. No, don't be frozen. I don't want to stay on this question. What's something you think everyone should do at least once in their lives? Go to a Comic-Con. Like, it is such a like adventure going to one. Like, even if you don't cosplay or you're not really into it, just going there and seeing all of the effort that people put into their costumes, it's just, oh, it's fantastic. Like, you'll get to learn more about different things, because if there's one thing cosplayers love to do a lot of times is talk about their fandoms and tell you why you should be interested in their fandoms. Or they'll tell you how it took them like a month plus to create this one super intricate outfit, and like how many hours they took just sewing this one piece and putting together like this amazing like prop. Like, I highly recommend like looking out for like your local conventions if you have not gone to one, and going to one, because it is such a thrill. Who is your go-to band or artist when you can't decide on something to listen to? Um, See, I normally just put my Pandora on shuffle and just let it play whatever it plays. Um, I love listening to one of my go-to is Icon for Hire, because they're a lot of positive mental health forward band, which I really enjoy, because where I struggle with mental health issues myself, I will put that out there, that it gives me something I can relate to. So that's one reason that I listen to them, and I can listen to them no matter what. But like I said with my previous question with what do I listen to, I have a very broad spectrum of music. I actually just recently started re-listening to Coheed and Cambria because I haven't listened to them since high school, and I forgot how much I enjoyed them. So I kind of like sat there and listened to like hours of them the other day. If you were dictator of a small island nation, what crazy dictator stuff would you do? Huh. If I had that unlimited power, I would probably tell everyone that they had to have unnaturally dyed hair. It's a silly thing. It really is. But then think about it. It makes no one the same, and everyone can be unique. Like, there won't be any like reciprocations for not dyeing your hair, but it's like you have to dye your hair. Like, no questions asked. Like, you could dye it a natural color as long as it's not your natural color. I'd be a dumb dictator. Um, what's something that a ton of people are obsessed with but you don't get the point of? Call of Duty. I just, I don't get it. I don't get the appeal of it. I want to say that's because I suck at first person shooters, which is the case. I do suck at them, but I don't get the appeal of military simulation games. Like, it's just, it's not my forte. It's not something I enjoy. I don't understand them. So I just, Good on people who enjoy them, but I don't. If you had unlimited funds to build a house that you would live in for the rest of your life, what would it be like? Oh, to be fair, any house would be better than living in an apartment. But where economy in America absolutely sucks, like, that is just a pipe dream for me. Like, I would want probably a moderately sized, like, gothic home with, like, a nice porch, a backyard. Um, just something kind of old fashioned, but just something to call my own. Like, I'm not very picky. Da, 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 da. Who inspires you to be better? Honestly, my son. Like, becoming a mom has really made me think more about my life and put more effort into myself so that way I can be better for him and be a mom that when he is older, be have him be proud of me and be proud to call me his mom. Like, I know that I'm not the best person in the world and that I have my failures and mistakes, and I'm willing to accept that I'm not perfect. Like, I can put on the face that everything is going great and terrific and just, you know, like, nothing's wrong. But at the same time, I know when to admit that I am a garbage person. But because of my son, I do strive to be better because I want him to think his mom's a good person. What's the best thing about you? Well, the best thing about me is I don't know how to shut up, which is both a positive thing and a downfall because I can sit here and talk for an hour and just answering a bunch of questions about myself for you guys to get to know me more. That's a good thing, but at the same time, I have to be careful and not dox out any of my information so that way people can know who I actually am. Because that's one of my flaws, is that I tend to give out too much personal information without meaning to, because I just ramble on and then it just comes out of my mouth and then I'm like, oh shit, I'm not supposed to say that. You didn't need to know that. Um, what are 3 interesting facts about you? Let's see. Wait, why is there 2 of me? Oh gosh, that's so weird. Um, hang on. I just noticed that. I was like, why is this looking weird? Poof. Yes. Ah, fine. We'll just do that. That works. Okay. Um, interesting facts about me. I still have no idea what I'm doing with VTubing. That's not an interesting fact. That's just a fun fact. I've been doing this since, I want to say October now, and I still don't know what I'm doing, and that's okay. Um, interesting facts. I am a second degree black belt that used to be an instructor at a taekwondo studio for about 8 years. Um, I can apparently pick up crochet without having done like look up patterns. Like last weekend I was at D&D and I decided I had the sudden urge to crochet, and I started crocheting a witch hat. And I've never made a hat before. I've only ever made like a scarf, so I've never made something like that. And one would think that I would have to, look up how to make it. Nope, I just completely winged it, and I ran out of yarn. And for about a week, my microphone had a small hat because it is perfect size for my Yeti. And I want to say a third interesting fact would probably be um that I dress like this IRL. I don't know. Like I don't have a third interesting fact. I don't think I'm very interesting. It's like I don't find I'm very entertaining. Do, 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 do. Oh, that's all frozen. Um, if you could change one thing about yourself right now, what would it be? I, well, despite the fact that I'm constantly changing how my model looks, um, I'd probably change how I look. I don't have the best body image of myself, and I have a lot of self conscious issues due to a past abusive relationship.